blame it all on me.
And there we go.
Hey, all right.
Said, you know, I will blame it all on you.
There we go.
All right.
So
We're back.
I am just getting the last things together for this.
Hey, I appreciate you being willing to just jump on the fly and change the plan.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Making sure I have names, characters, and then some extra goodies is a different thing.
Always need those extra goodies, Zeki.
Come on, last time I did this, I had like a 2-hour car ride to think about all these things.
This is true. Won't judge you too hard if it sucks.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
For what it's worth, I'm like mildly familiar with this character, so we're just gonna go for it. Cool.
I like it.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's better when I make up my own funny names.
That's fair and that's valid.
That tends to be how I go about doing these sorts of things. Yeah, just wing it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a name that's like based on Timothy.
Jimothy, Jarmothy, Timothy.
No
Armothy.
Jarmothy. Ooh to that.
Low to that.
All right, let's see. I'm picking out my spells here.
Ah. Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the stuff that we would normally do before the stream, but hey guys,
Yeah,
here we are. Again, I don't think we could have a better name for this channel at this point.
Yeah, right?
Truly.
The fact that there are still 16 people here is truly shocking.
What are you doing with your lives?
I'm just kidding. We appreciate
Why are you here? No, thank you. Actually, thank you so much.
Thank you for sticking around.
For sticking through this with us, which is wild.
Yeah, Zach, we're playing Assassin's Creed.
Most definitely.
Fortnite?
I tried to dress up as an assassin, clearly. My orange and blue hat. I don't think we have a way to donate.
Not yet. We're trying to get that for the affiliate status so we can do the charity stream. So just watch our streams and that will help.
Technically, we could have like a thing set up so you could donate, but we didn't do anything like that for this. But thank you for offering. It's very kind of you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I think that Zeki sounds ready? Question mark? Almost an hour into the stream. Are we going to start a session, guys?
Hell yeah.
I'm just... don't show that again, please. 10. Generate my shop. Come on, this is bullshit. Let's go. Come on, people.
Yes, Zach, the answer is yes.
Means 10 generate it. All right, I got items. I got
Oh, a rundown on our characters again. Don't worry, we haven't gotten to those yet because we started the one shot that Tristan was going to DM, and then Tristan's computer died. So then we took a break so that Zeki could come up with his own one shot, and now we're back with all new characters. Because
It's true.
So there will be a at the top rundown to introduce them to you guys.
Yeah, nothing too major.
Upper fun indeed. No, I like upper fun.
I used that the last time. I want to use something different.
Oh God, there's so many of you joining. Hello. Hello and welcome to the chaotic shit show that is us prepping a one-shot while we are on stream. And by we, I mean Zeki. Because Zeki's the one that got thrown under the bus to DM.
Classic.
It's A-okay. What challenge rating is that? Things you like to hear from your DM.
No, it's not things that you like to hear from your DM.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
challenge rating like 5. 5 is good. 5's great. 5's excellent.
You guys are level 8, so that means like challenge rating like 15, right?
If you want a TPK.
We'll see how I'm feeling. The last time we did this one, things went in all kinds of directions, folks. Not true. By any way, shape, or form in the direction that I chose them to go in either.
We also had a couple new players, which was super interesting.
Yeah, there were also what was it, like 3 additional players?
Mm-hmm. So all around will be quite fun.
Yeah.
All right, ready when you are, bud.
All right. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We are the Unprofessional Ventures, right? That's like our thing now.
We're living up to it. Yep.
Right? Yeah. So tonight, because we had some minor/major technical difficulties with our original game master, unfortunately his computer was having some major technical problems, and because of that we are filling in the gaps tonight, making sure we get that streaming content for your faces, because there's definitely not some other big show that goes on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got a couple hours. It's all good. Yeah, we got a couple hours. So
totally
we are the appetizer to get your mouth and ears, faces. I don't know. I usually do podcasts.
We're gonna get your
face holes ready.
All the senses are about to be appetized and overloaded in preparation for whatever else you have going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going to go with. And so I want to say you're level 8 characters, correct? How about you guys take can you both take a second and tell me a little about yourselves?
Then I'll let you go first since I got to go first for the start of this.
Do I have any notes on this guy? No, I don't. So my name is Renglian Nefevether. I am a sorcerer, not multi-classed, just a pure sorcerer. I have in my mind's eye this sort of like a little bit uppity, because he's just like naturally talented at magic, half elf with sort of like long, graying, like dark hair, handlebar mustache that he is very proud of, It's not a minor illusion. Don't ask. It's definitely not a minor illusion. Super real. Super real. And no, I mean he's been invited to dinner, so like reasonably well dressed. Like got some jewelry on. He is definitely he's here for he's here a little bit for the clout. Like I'm not going to say that he's not sort of like a gifted kid who has then gone on to like attempt to be an influencer, because I think that's kind of what he is, but he would never admit that that's the case, and that he's here to just sort of attach himself to anyone who might be doing better than he is currently. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And Katie, can you tell me about Agnes Flip?
Yes. So for clarity, we are at dinner. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will get right to that as soon as you tell me a
Okay.
little bit about your character.
Great.
And I would like you to assume that you are friends
Cool.
with Ben's character.
I will take that in the loosest of terms, because I don't think that I get emotionally attached in that way, which is not a dig at our darling sorcerer over here. It's just not how I function.
Feels like a dig.
So if you were to ask me my name, what you would hear is something that sounds a bit like the AOL dial-up sound. It is not something that you could recreate vocally. Therefore, I allow my friends, that's in quotations, to call me Agnes, because I scanned through some databases and found that that was the closest mortal name to what it sounds like coming out of my machinery. I'm a Warforged. And I am probably about 6 feet tall, made out of pure metal, have sort of the womanly shape, but I am not really male or female because I am a construct. And in place of where my face should be, there is just a long metal grate that comes from forehead down to chin. And that is where my, for lack of a better word, voice will come out of.
Okay. And the two of you have been going around maybe a recent exploit of yours that you may want to elaborate on as I start to unveil it. You recently saved an entire village of gnomes
Good for us.
from a major acid spill of
It's just a small task, not a big deal.
of an ancient copper dragon who was drooling just a little too hard.
Happens.
The trick was how did the two of you how were you able to move the dragon's head without waking it again?
I just cast a floating disc under it and sort of slowly inched it along out of the way of the village. I don't really know how my friend helped, but that was what I was focused on.
I took a lot of pictures of myself, sort of like
while I was moving it with the disc.
Oh, Shaka Bra, she's totally like moving the head, dude. Sick. I'm our PR person.
I feel like that really explains how you ended up being a good acquaintance of our first friend. His name is...
say. Oh, sorry.
Yeah? No,
go ahead. I was just going to say, I think that the reason that I keep him around is that like what I lack in the understanding of like how to be social and like social climb, he definitely has. And I think it's
so good at it.
I think it's interesting. I'm not necessarily jealous of it. I just think I want to study it more.
Okay. So that may be one of the reasons you're hanging around.
Yes.
Just a
Agnes
little
is
bit
like
longer
kind
than maybe
of
you should.
a little robotic, which is an ironic choice of words. I recognize that, but I just like saw someone who like really needed a lot more help than I did, and like I just thought it would be cool of me to like help her out.
Agnes would not
Also,
respond
she's
to that.
like super awesome and like made out of metal, and that's pretty dope. Like not really my aesthetic, but
Agnes would not
Speaking
respond.
speaking of lifting someone else up to help them out socially, tonight you've been invited to Wally Valley's mansion, where you will be partying it up, sipping fine wines, and rubbing shoulders with some of the most influential people in this pocket dimension of the astral sea.
Agnes hates this.
this is like Agnes. Don't even worry about it, dude. Like I'm gonna talk our way into everything.
Agnes could not care less.
I think that's a psyched expression on your face. It's hard to read because it doesn't move, but I'm taking it for that. Sick.
I don't understand why we're here.
You're obviously here to party. I thought that was pretty obvious of why you're here. I mean, why else would you come to this party that I'm throwing with all these other people if you weren't going to, hang out and just be cool?
Walbert Entertainment Valley. You should know this guy. He's got like a serious chain of restaurants, dude.
I don't party.
That's
Well,
okay, dude.
that's going to be a problem. And you don't know how to take that from this short little halfling who looks like Jonah Hill. That is the mental
Wait.
picture I want for all of you.
Is that like present day Jonah Hill or like beginning of his acting career Jonah Hill? Because they are not the same.
It's a little bit of pile A and a little bit of pile B,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Because
think that.
No, we were going to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think that Agnes is very much just here out of obligation because she knows that like societally she has to be here and it's the right thing to do, but like God, if she could leave early, she would.
Well, unfortunately, I think you're in here for the long haul as you leave the foyer of this mansion and make a not investigation, but
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not an investigation?
no.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to make an investigation check. Are you
What do
like,
you want me to make, DM?
what are you trying to accomplish, player?
Honestly, okay, if I'm being honest about what Agnes would be doing, she would be surveying everything and trying to glean as much information as she could because she's not interested in the social aspect of things. She just wants to know, like, is there potential danger? Is there anything that is interesting that could be information that she could store and use for later? Like that's what she's looking for.
Okay, then make a perception check for me.
Perception. Damn. Okay. Well, that's cocked. Oh, it's a natural 20.
Nice.
That was the first roll of the game. It was a natural 20.
Well, we had to. It could only go up from where we were. So.
True. All right. So what do I see? I need like a notebook or something. Fuck.
You immediately are able to take in the fact that the quality of the wood in this entryway is exotic and was not cheap. You've spent enough
basically
time.
it's bougie as fuck here is what you're saying.
You've spent
Okay.
enough time with your companion here to know when you're in a nice place compared to a mediocre place that he may be used to.
What a waste of a natural 20. All right, that's about
But that's not all.
Oh,
In
okay,
the
good.
corner, you are actually able to see. Can you roll another d20 for me?
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Do you want me to add anything to it? Epic Beard, you're fine. We had technical difficulties for the first hour. We are just starting.
literally
yeah,
just starting.
Just starting.
What am I adding to it?
Add 5 because you rolled so well on your investigation
22, whatever
or
it is.
your perception.
Yeah.
A 22, you say?
Yes.
You notice, for whatever reason, in the corner of the room, in each corner opposite of the main entryway, there are 2 spiral staircases that not subtly ascend to the second floor of this mansion. And kind of on the floor, tucked away in the corner, almost out of sight, but with that natural 20, you spot it with no issue. You see a scroll of parchment kind of rolled up. And it
Okay.
seems like the only thing out of place in this very rich environment.
Does it seem magical?
Oh, yes.
All right, then Agnes is going to begin to, or try to, very subtly over the next 10 minutes, because I can do this as a ritual, to cast Detect Magic to try to figure out what is going on with that scroll. But I would like to do it as subtly as I possibly can, so I might need to do something for that.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand for me because you're trying to pull something off.
19?
I would say that you get away with it no problem. The only person I think that would have probably called you out on it is Wally Valley himself. And he is so preoccupied with um, getting everybody into the garden in the center of the mansion, so that way they can start eating some tea cakes and some cookies, maybe some other refreshments.
You know, like it's like little finger sandwiches, like the mini bread.
Oh yeah. I totally have those.
Oh my
Sick.
god, I hate you
I
both so
am
much.
famished.
Oh,
I would
this-
kill for a mini sandwich right now, or like a
That's-
dozen, because they don't count as sandwiches.
you're right.
It's like this is gonna be a great night, dude. Wally,
Yeah,
I'm stoked that you invited us, my dude.
I, Katie, hate this so much.
I am so excited to introduce you to all of my friends.
Oh,
I
boy.
think that you will
Hell yes, dude.
fit in so well with all of these people.
So,
What's your robot friend doing? Is she?
That's like.
Are they
She just
coming?
like does that sometimes. Yeah, she'll. Agnes, we're moving, dude.
I will stay here for 7 more minutes.
Yeah, let's go, dude. Let's just that. She's
Must-
not that fun, anyways. Like total
Must
party
be like
pooper.
a reboot thing or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's like, yeah. You know, like robot stuff just eludes me, dude. You know, like I do the magic thing, but like this, like tinkery thing, not my cup of tea, dude.
All right. Well, let me introduce you to everybody else.
Yeah.
Because
Do I get anything with that Detect Magic over the next 10 minutes, or are we
We've
coming
got
back
7
to
more
that?
minutes, dude. We'll be back
That's
in,
fair.
like, a
All right.
while.
In that case, Agnes is just going to like essentially stand in the corner facing a wall, acting like she is rebooting herself as she is finishing this Detect Magic, because that is the narrative that you have created. And she's not an idiot, so.
Not at all. No. Wally might think so, but like, who the hell is Wally? While you're doing that, I will say Wally starts to introduce everybody to you. And, in case you want to write these down, as soon as we get done introducing these people, Katie, we will pick right back up with Agnes's reboot.
Cool.
So, my elf friend over here, this is Elkis Moonmite. He's a pretty big deal.
Do I would I know this guy?
Do you read much, like at all?
Dude, no. Obviously, I'm too busy being awesome at magic just naturally. What'd you
Well,
write, bro? Should
this
I have like
guy,
heard of it? Yeah.
he is the bardiest bard that ever wrote a single line. You should see his advertising campaign.
My ears
One.
immediately perk up. Immediately. Oh, advertising campaign, brother. I probably have heard your stuff. Like, drop late on me. What you got?
Have you ever heard Got Ale?
Oh, it's only like my favorite ad ever, dude. This is you wrote that, dude?
Did you ever hear Just Prep It?
Oh my god.
Just grab it. No, it sounds like a wizard thing, dude. Oh no. I just have like access, so like whatever. It's cool.
Well, either way, I'm sure you've at least heard of Got Ale, because that was,
God.
you know,
A classic.
that was
Absolute
almost
classic.
that's like right up there with my three centaurs saying Heine Wise in Hogan.
I don't have words for that one. Like genuinely don't have words.
I don't either. I don't think I could repeat that, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure we get sued by like a bunch of different companies at once if we do. Yeah.
Yeah, because we've said the same part of a company name like 6 times.
It's okay. We're not monetized. It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
I
But that is
have this
Elkis.
written in my notes as Bard steals branding in parentheses.
Bard is branding.
True.
Standing kind of adjacent to Elkis is a female elf with she has a little bit of a darker complexion. She has this beautiful hair that is wrapped and put into this very large bun behind her head, and she has these large golden hoops that are her earrings, and she sees that Wally is kind of like going clockwise around the room to like introduce people, and puts that together really quick, and is able to just kind of, without skipping a beat, reach out her hand for like a smooch, a shake. The world is your oyster on this one.
Totally.
But she holds her hand out and introduces herself as Winona Flantarda.
Sorry.
Yeah, and absolutely like reach back out, take the hand, smooch it. She's like good looking, yeah.
Roll insight. I mean, like,
that's
like a very personal question. Like, that's a very personal question for you. Like,
roll insight against yourself.
Yeah. Like,
12, solidly middle of the road.
she has
Good enough for me. She has.
She has beautiful hazel eyes, pointy ears.
That road's like half elf, so I've got kind of pointy ears. It's fine. Not special.
I make some of the most wonderful clothing across what is it, Wally? 6 planes now? Yeah, totally. Why are my friends more successful than me?
That's relatable, isn't it?
Like a little part of my actual soul just died. It's fine.
Oh, thank you for the kiss, I think.
You're
And
totally welcome.
you are?
Wrangling enough about it, you've probably seen like a lot of what my friend Agnes and I do, which is just like casually saving villages and cities. It's no big deal, but we're here. We're sort of like a
Can Agnes hear this from the other room?
Yeah, it has definitely been at least 7 minutes, and you find that transmutation scroll is ready there in plain sight for you to grab if you want it. There is
I would just
not a
quickly,
soul
before I
around.
do this, like to interject to this conversation if I can hear it.
Yeah, the door is open. Yeah, you
I
can
would
hear
just
it.
be like, I do the saving, you do the public relations.
still part of the saving, dude. So, branding. So you need like representation, obviously, because you do like clothes and such. And we do like totally awesome thing. It's kind of hard to put clothing on a war forge, but like I was thinking, like I could wear, like your branding or whatever, and then like you could give us like totally sweet magical clothing and attire, that sort of thing. It's like good for you. It's like good for us. I like obviously I like post to the social media things like with like the branded attire. So like as we're out like saving the
So what's in the
world.
scroll?
I'm
While
sure
he's
this
doing
goes
this,
goes
now
on
that
for
I've
a
like
while.
cleared up the confusion about who does the saving, I want to go back and check out the scroll.
Do you open it up and try to read it and everything else?
Yeah, I think I do. Unless
Okay.
I'm getting like some very serious like don't touch me shit coming off of it.
No, you just
Okay.
get transmutation magic for better or worse. I would not say that it is a particularly evil vibe.
What does the scroll say?
The scroll at the top in a very quick slanted handwriting says reverse gravity.
Oh. Is anyone looking?
There is no one else in the room.
Agnes is just gonna take the scroll.
It is now yours.
Great, fantastic.
There was
Um,
a scroll of reverse gravity in the foyer.
fantastic. And
This
now it's
this
Agnes's scroll of
this is
reverse
why you
gravity.
need a face to you're in here stealing. Okay.
um, so I've now I've now cast detect magic. Agnes, with this still up, is going to walk into the room where everyone else is and suss out if she detects anything else untoward.
Everything is magical.
Everything, every person in the room.
Pretty much. All the people are magical. All the people have different items that are varying shades of
Okay.
the
Is there
rainbow.
anything specific that stands out to me? Is there like something that doesn't feel right? Like, this school of magic on this type of thing, like that doesn't make sense, anything like that.
There's an overwhelming amount of transmutation magic.
On the people too?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Except for Wally. He does not have any.
He has none?
I mean, he has a cloak that is giving off major um like cloak of protection vibes,
Okay.
but not the same transmutation glow that the rest of the people at the party have.
Okay. Um, is that what I know at this point? Like, that doesn't feel normal, right? Like, it doesn't seem like people generally just go around with like tons of transmutation magic on them, correct?
No, that does not really seem not like this much concentrated here all at once, I would say.
Okay.
Keep
Um,
in mind though, for some, perspective, you are in a mansion that when you went through a portal, it closed behind you and you were now no longer in the Fey Wilds where you were. You are now in a place that has permanent twilight. The sky is a beautiful purple, pink, black.
so I think this could potentially just be like a side effect of being in a pocket dimension.
Uh, There are strange things that do happen in
Okay.
pocket dimensions.
I think I will take note of all of this. I will catalog it back in some like hard drive somewhere, and I will just exist in the party. But being very aware of the fact that like there might be some fuck shit going on, but also might not be.
Yeah, I mean, so far from what you've heard, they've been totally like these are some snobby. I wouldn't say snobby.
Like, is it possible
Winona's
they've
been
all
like
just
super
like
nice.
transmuted themselves to look like prettier and younger? Like, could that be sort of like what we're dealing with? Just a bunch of like really self-centered, sort of bureaucratic, like high society people?
That is something that you will have to suss out, but I
Okay,
would not rule that out of the question.
great.
You know, in your data banks that the wealthy, rich, and famous oftentimes pay great sums of money for different magical items and different magical treatments. So you would probably expect that in a pseudo red carpet event like this, small gathering of friends, you could say.
God, who invited me to a red carpet event?
Well, I
Someone made a
mean,
mistake.
there were like 1,000 gnomes that were saved from diverting that acid uh, pool.
I did good.
You did.
All right. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna join everyone else, catalog in my hard drive, and just continue on with the party.
Okay. And as you walk into the room, Wally introduces the next guest. Her name is Unari Clearwood.
Okay.
All right.
Unari, what's going on? And Unari responds, just another day traveling the plains, looking for my next adventure.
Oh, what kind of adventures are you? Do you go in for, Unari?
You know, I typically go for the ones that are going to give me the most treasure.
Totally radical.
I
Absolutely
like
feel that.
I love finding ancient relics that like a bunch of people have just kind of been sitting on for, you know, 10, 20 generations. And then all of a sudden they lose it. I go find it and they give me a reward sometimes about it.
Okay, I like very much thought that I was going to take a different slant there, and you're just going to keep it. And I was like, on second thought, maybe I don't like you as much as I thought I did. But
Do
now that I
you
know that you return them, oh, sick, dude. Totally
I did
support
that
that.
once, but those people were dicks.
That
do you
seems
charge
very
people
subjective.
for returning their property to them?
No, not at all. I totally just, you know, find a cool place, maybe a cool beach, a cool mountain, someplace where I think that people have been for like a long time. And
That actually makes a lot of sense, yeah.
I
So
try to
you
just see if they're missing anything and I go and find it.
so you charge people for returning their property to them.
I wouldn't say charge as much in this gig economy. I get
It's
I
legit,
get,
dude.
you know, rewarded,
I have no
tipped, if you
judgment.
could say.
I just want to be clear. I am clear.
Totally. I totally get a clear vibe from all that.
Very clear. Thank you.
Can I insight check when he says that he uh like doesn't keep the things? I'm not 100% sure that I trust this guy. I would like to
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm taking it at face value 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All
Why
right.
would he lie?
There's no reason to lie.
That is a 19.
You smell some bullshit.
And I'm eating it up.
Okay. Okay. I'll just keep that to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, Wally walks to the other side of this little atrium area and introduces you to where's the person I was trying to introduce you to? Oh, there they are. A tall, bearded, caped human male, or just human, and he introduces himself. Hey, the name's Marcus. Marcus Merriweather.
God, why do I hate all of them?
I think it's my character voice that has just put you massively on edge. Now anyone that's like remotely friendly, you're just like,
Ugh.
no, none of that.
Yeah. Wally tells me you two just saved a bunch of gnomes.
Yeah,
I
like
saved
1,000
the
of them.
gnomes.
I was there to ensure that everything went smoothly and to make sure that like payment was provided because it was very dangerous. I burnt like 3 sets of shoes on the acid.
Ren took photos.
They're great photos. Do you
Cool.
follow us at all on social
Cool.
media? Because like we've got a pretty sweet like presence going on. What is it that you do?
I'm a breeder. Yeah.
Like because you've got great genetics. Because those cheekbones are just you cut a piece of paper with those. It's lovely.
He blushes a little bit at you giving this compliment, but then graciously bows out of it. And no, totally birds. I breed a lot of birds.
Oh, that's also sick, dude.
You know, different plumages, different lineages, different species even.
What kind of birds do you breed?
They're kind of native to my neck of the woods. They're these giant eagles.
It's the neck of your woods, America.
Strong, motherfucker.
No, I'm from
Sorry, that was out of character.
the Twin Peaks.
Ooh, would I know if that is true? If the Twin Peaks were, famous for their eagles?
Roll a nature check.
Nature check. That's my nature. Okay. 16.
In your data banks, you are able to recall relatively easily that the Twin Peaks of the Feywilds are famously in the center of the entire plane, and they extend almost to the clouds, it seems. And they are known for the infamous thunderous dive bombs of the giant eagles.
Okay.
And you may have even heard of Marcus Merriweather, as he has bred some incredible traits into these eagles there, where they have magical trailing effects
Oh,
to where they
cool.
look like shooting stars. And he even has like a group of eagles that go and tour around the plane.
Cool. All right. It is lovely to meet you.
Totally, yeah. I'm really excited to see, what we can all do for each other. And I'm really honestly here just to drink some wine. But I
I
did
cannot
hear.
drink wine.
That's all right. I'm gonna
Oh
totally drink yours,
no.
dude. It's not a big deal. No wine will be wasted. No wounded soldiers on my watch. No.
Do you
Thank
eat?
you, Ren.
I'm not trying to be inappropriate, so please stop me if I am. But do you eat anything at all?
Oil.
I've got to like oil her up from time to time. It's not like as cool as it sounds. It's more just like there's like a little valve thing in the back, and you like open it up and you like pour the oil in, and it just like takes care of itself. Magic, crazy.
How do you know when she needs oil? Does she
Oh,
tell
she
you,
starts
or is it
squeaking
like,
like crazy, dude. It's wild. It's like
I know when I need oil.
She also says it, yeah, but like mostly you can hear the squeaking.
I'm gonna roll insight on that. That's a 19.
You definitely don't fucking know. I definitely tell you.
No clue. No clue.
All right,
She squeaks sometimes, but I don't know why. I just assume it's because she needs oil. I don't know.
I look over at Agnes like, I see who is in charge here.
Oh, it's totally me. It's sick.
Well, it's great to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, it's Ella. And all of a sudden, like, you turn and you see this person in a white gown, robe, cowl. You're not exactly sure how many different layers of white are there, but it is a statement. I'm Ella.
Just Ella.
Yeah. Roll me a history check for me.
History. 18.
You follow Ella's career from start to finish. Like, you know all of their career.
Okay. Singer.
Yes.
Okay.
Singer, dancer, entrepreneur.
Is there anything she can't do? Truly.
That's pretty much the question you need to ask here.
Incredible.
They're
Ella,
Ella.
is there anything you can't do? Because like I've been following your career for years, and I just feel like everything you touch just like turns to gold. That's wild. Like or platinum, I guess, in the case of your records, obviously. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, the
Wow.
transmutation magic really helps with that sometimes.
That's what I've heard. It's wild.
Does that give me some more context being like, oh, maybe everyone just is transmuted? Like normally?
You get the feeling that Ella normally does a lot with the aesthetic of transmutation.
Okay. Cool. Again, clocking it all on the hard drive somewhere and moving right along.
For sure.
No
But
point making a scene.
I'm kind of a brand. I am who I am.
Oh, that's so profound. Like truly.
That is not profound. We are all who we are.
Agnes Flip, I swear to God.
Right. So, anyways, that's everybody. Really happy all of you could make it tonight to my mansion. Again, very happy to see you all here. If you see anything sparkly in the corners of the rooms, don't touch it. Those are my trophies. Those are the things that this career got me one
Is
way
there anything
or another.
sparkly in this room that I see?
Not in the atrium, no.
Okay, cool.
You did see like all like when I said like everything was magical.
Yeah.
There may be some magic on the food to make it what you would know as like the create food and water spell.
Okay.
Like you've seen that before in your adventures, and like that's like a key signature in your visual spectrum that you can kind of take in.
Cool. Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how you see, but I imagine it's like way cooler than like what a
Dude,
person can see.
Literally nobody knows. It's just like crazy. It's like a little red dot that just goes back and forth.
My detect magic goes 30 feet in all directions. Would 30 feet just encompass this room, or would I be able to like see outside of that?
So my question for that is Does your detect magic like go through walls? Like, if
Um,
you can't like observe it in
It
a
can
different
penetrate
room?
most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or a thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay, so then yeah, you definitely cannot get that.
Okay, cool.
Like
All
you
right.
like when in the atrium, there's like glass windows like all around the whole thing. It's like completely glass. And you see like there's like a hallway with different doors. You see some kitchen staff running in and out of a room directly opposite of where you all are all.
Okay.
So like if you were imagining a large rectangular building, you came in on like the left center side, and that's where the foyer was. Now you're in like the middle of
Okay.
the rectangle where the atrium is, and opposite on the like middle right side would be the kitchen.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that's what you're assuming as you are seeing all these people coming in and
I
out.
don't think I'm concerned. Again, I think I'm just like trying to get as much information as I possibly can.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Cool. All right. Then I will sit down at the table, I guess, despite the fact that I can eat no food and drink no wine. But I know that is what is expected of me, so I shall do it.
So, what do you guys think of this place? And he like points up to the sky. Uh, Constant late twilight. Am I right? Like that shade of purple is so tight.
I would totally have called it like golden hour every hour, but it is totally like purple hour every hour, which is not as great for taking photographs. I'm gonna be honest with you, like it's gonna be tough to do some our like normal branding here, but I'm gonna make it work. I'll use like I don't know prestidigitation or something, like whatever. Yeah.
Elkis looks up at the sky. He is the male elf, if you recall, the branding guy, as Katie put it.
Yes, the branding boy.
And he like has this like profound look on his face. I got it. The power of purple.
Genius. Absolute genius. We should really work together sometime. I feel like, with your gift with words and my gift with people and like everything else, basically, we could totally just like take over, and like Agnes could do, I don't know, like the heavy lifting as Agnes does. It would be sick.
Agnes's head rotates, looks over at them, and if a metal grate could roll its eyes, that is the vibe you are getting, and then turns back to the front.
I heard you squeaking, dude. You need oil? Is that what's going on? Is that what you're
No
looking at me
response.
for? You need oil. She needs oil.
No
She
response.
needs oil. I'm pretty sure she needs oil. Yeah. Classic Agnes. Here we are at dinner. Needs oil. Well, robots, am I right?
So, who wants to take this into the dining room now that we've gotten through these apps?
This wasn't the dining room?
I'm on
I
my,
definitely
like,
thought we were in the dining
16th
room.
mini sandwich. I'm like about to put it in my like, oh yeah, totally. Just like put it in my pocket for later. Yeah, dinner. Sure. Yeah. Awesome.
I think that
Cool.
Agnes is very hesitant because Agnes would really just like to like explore the house. But if it seems like that is not something that is socially acceptable to you at this point in time, she will begrudgingly follow everyone into the dining room.
Oh, actually, Agnes, you look a little confused.
You can see that on her face. Agnes, look at me. It's the same face she always has. What? Wait, Agnes, are you just always confused? Oh my god. Agnes, ask me for clarification. I'll do. Totally here for you.
I think Agnes just goes, I will dine if dining is what is needed.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I was going to say that if you needed to or wanted to like step out and like charge or whatever you do, is it like idle? I don't know. If
Yes,
You can do that while we're like eating and stuff. Unless you want to come for the convo. Of course, I want you there for the convo. If
Who's
I
set
will.
combo?
I will. I will step out.
Cap, step out. Yeah. All
I
right,
think
everybody
that
else, let's take it outside. Not outside. We are outside. Duh, stupid Wally. Let's go to my dining room. Let me show you this table.
so while they're eating, I think that what Agnes is going to do, which we don't have to resolve right now, but explore as much of the house as possible with the detect magic up and just try to see like what the fuck is going on. But you can resolve the dinner stuff first.
Yeah, totally. At this point of conversation and merrymaking, the spell lasts for a half hour, correct?
It is so it's a ritual. Let me just double check. Detect magic. Where'd you go? Intro. Oh, it's concentration up to 10 minutes, but I can recast it again, so it'll have like 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off to cast. So I kind of have to like go back and forth.
Okay.
So if the dinner is an hour, then I would get like 40-ish minutes of, or sorry, 30-ish minutes of detecting magic.
Okay.
I can math.
Then yeah, that works. So there are 7 rooms that you have not been in yet. From the time you spent in the atrium looking around, that is kind of the general floor plan that you were able to assess.
Sure.
It's kind of fortunate that the entire atrium was like a glass house, so you could see everything from the inside, kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, there are 7 rooms. You have 40 minutes. However you want to divide that. Some rooms do look bigger than others. One room is kind of like a lounge piano room, where it's more of just like a large open space rather than a room.
Okay.
In between 2 other rooms.
I think that what I would likely do is try to keep the detect magic up in the larger rooms, and if I have to forego the smaller rooms, I think I would do that.
Okay, so in that case, we will stick with you for a little bit, since we
Okay.
are, of course, in everything I do D&D related. My party loves to split themselves up, so we do some one-on-one
Never go
D&D.
wrong ever.
Never goes wrong. It's no problem. We will start with you, so that way we can do some.
If I can
rolling.
do some like reconnaissance and like come back for dessert, I'll do it. But I want to just make sure that I
was also gonna say, like, as we sort of split, I wanted to just take a knee as if I was tying my shoe real quick. And I've got a message prepared. It's one of the things that I learned. So I just want to quickly just like shoot a message to Agnes so that no one else can hear. Just be like, hey, so like if you're gonna take a look around, just like keep me posted. If you need help with anything, let me know what you learn. You can reply whenever.
what I'm going to say back is I can message at will. I will message you if I need you. Thank you.
That was the point. Yep. All right. Great. Cool.
No response.
Totally on the same
Done.
page. Yeah. 100%. I'm just gonna go to dinner now. Yes.
Nothing back.
You know how that works, right, Ben?
Yes.
You don't get a response.
It's par for the course. I'm like, it hurts a little bit, and I've probably cried myself to sleep like once or twice because it's just like I'm trying so hard to like make a connection, and it's just like I'm just like hitting the metal wall every time. Like heartless in there,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It just weighs on you after a while. I think I'm probably talking about this at dinner. Like, yeah, it's just like tough working with Warforged. It's just like
You're talking shit about me over dinner?
It's so hard to like connect.
Do I hear this?
I don't think it's talking shit.
I hear
so much
this,
as just
Mariam?
like I'm just like voicing the fact that it's like hard to work with somebody who's just like so stone cold. It's not like I'm not talking shit so much as just like it's just like it's like a therapy session over dinner. Yeah. Just like
therapy from strangers.
I think a lot of that was
like
like
the healthiest way to do it.
Yeah, I think like a lot of that was like out of character and or inner monologue, so no one heard it, Katie. Except for our audience. Fortunately.
Okay, so lounge, piano, in
Yeah, the
there.
piano
What's up?
the piano lounge. I need you to roll me another D20.
Okay.
Roll it and then add 4 because you have detect magic on.
Wait. 16.
All right.
I don't like that look.
You find
A 3-foot purple dildo sword.
no, come on
Alright.
now.
That's
That's what happened the last time.
No, last time there was an orgy. Get it right, Zaki.
You're right.
potato, honestly.
It was extremely spirited, if I recall. But that's a different story for a different place. Tucked like kind of behind one of the couch cushions, there's 2 large overstuffed plush couches, and you quickly notice that like one of them has some of the like seat cushions pushed out a little bit. Prompts you to go over there with that roll, and you pick out a staff.
Okay.
Now the thing about this staff, like because you have detect magic on, that was part of the reason you were able to see it so clearly. You get the feeling that there is like a school of enchantment really focused on this staff.
Which school?
Enchantment.
Oh, yep. That's how that works. Forgot the schools for a second. I'm doing so well.
Yeah. It's
Just
kind of
an
like a
enchantment,
bubbly
of course.
pink shade of magic.
Do I know what the staff does?
You don't. There is what languages do you know?
Great question. I know
It's important for someone such as
Common
yourself.
and I know Elvish. That's it.
Unfortunately, there is a scrawling, flowery scroll.
Oh! I have comprehend languages. So what I can do is I can spend 10 minutes on it. How long do I think I have?
I mean, you definitely have like the 40 minutes that we talked about. It's going to be like a dinner hour.
Okay.
It's very formal for how chill Wally is.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stick it back under the cushions. Actually, is there somewhere else in the room I could hide it just to like fuck things up a little?
There is an open grand piano.
I'm gonna put it in the grand piano.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move on to another room and I will come back to it to try to read it if I have time.
All right. So there is
Listen,
a
I don't want any kind of weapons that can be used against me anywhere that anyone can find them. That is all that's going through my head right now.
Totally got it. I'm just writing down the item that I know what it is.
Okay.
And the room it was located in.
Cool.
Those following along in the stream, get out your classic Clue checkboard or whatever it is, and I guess write in staff instead of one of the other random weapons.
No candlestick.
Little spoiler. There's a lot. I picked a bunch of random magic items. We will see what we get.
All right. So yeah, I think what I will do is I will take note that I left it in the grand piano and I will move on to the next room because I do not have 10 minutes. I have behind the curtain, a lot of ritual spells, which are great if you have more than 40 minutes, but I don't. So
I totally get it.
Moving right along.
You are preaching to the choir. So then you move, let's say you're moving counterclockwise in this rectangular room. The next room you would get into is this marble floor, with like a rich. It almost looks like a Turkish rug thrown on the ground with, again, some not as overstuffed like couches and stuff like that, but a few a few chairs that are stuffed, and you could assess by the fireplace and the end tables with several books on them that this is a study of sorts, a
Okay.
reading room. And with your detect magic still active, you are able to suss out relatively quickly another d20 plus 4.
An 8. Don't know if
Okay.
that's a bad thing, but we'll see.
This one's the big purple dildo. This is the one.
I don't like that one. Let me pick a different group. I have like a couple like random lists that I can like pull from, so that's why I'm just like, I don't like that one as much. That wouldn't be as fun. It's like 2 on the nose. Which is why you find this extremely shiny and sharp scimitar above the fireplace.
Cool. Does it feel dangerous?
It's a scimitar.
Does it feel magically dangerous, not just like dangerous?
Yeah, it really, it feels magical. It feels very powerful. Like you have a very strong magical like vibration coming off of this thing.
I could make your whole goddamn story moot with a bag of holding. I could have just been collecting all these items along the way, just like.
Oh, you could be still collecting them all for all. Like I'm not stopping you
Well,
from carrying around.
I could have, but I
Wally did
can't.
say not to touch the shit.
Yeah, if I had something to put them in, I would 100% be just like I feel like the spell scroll I can put into like a satchel, but anything beyond that, it's like we're getting into uncharted territory where I could get in some hot water.
Totally, I completely understand.
Famously bad for Warforged.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Do I know anything else about the scimitar other than that it is very magical and very
You get the feeling that it's not a particular elemental magic of any sort.
okay?
This is more of like a defensive type of magic, like a ward of some sort.
Okay.
Because you do see a blue jewel, like right in the hilt, like at the top of the hilt, and that color blue reminds you of like several wards that you've seen in the past.
So it feels like protection, not aggression.
Correct. It definitely gives you a defensive or defender vibe.
Then I will leave that one be.
Okay. And that was in the study.
Cool.
All right.
Ben's just getting drunk this whole time. Sorry, Ren.
Yeah.
Ren is getting drunk this whole time.
You mean Agnes?
Agnes is not capable of getting drunk. I was talking about Ren getting drunk at dinner while I cased the joint.
Oh, you're using a nickname. Like, that's not his name.
Ren? It's just easier than Wrangling you. Whatever the fuck that shit is.
Wrangling? Not that hard.
That's the one.
And that is what we cut to as Ranglian is discussing the semantics of his name with Winona, the female elf.
Yeah, it's like it's a family name. My grandfather was Wranglian. His great grandfather was Wranglian. So it just like gets passed down like intergenerationally. You know how it goes.
I do. I am
Yeah.
actually the third Winona in my family.
See, there you go. How's it feel to be? Is it like? Do you also skip generations, or is this more of like a, like your mom was Winona and her mom was Winona, or was it your dad Winona? Because like, hey, just saying, it's a great name. Anyone could have it.
See, that's what's kind of like weird about my family.
Yeah.
We're elves,
Right.
so we live for a long, long time.
Right. Yeah.
And so there's now three Winonas: my grandmother, my mother, and I.
Wow. How's that work at like family functions?
Well, it gets a little confusing when we talk about the 1,000 years of stories that could span all three of our lifetimes.
That's like a lot of years, dude. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm only like 32, like I mean, half elf, so like, a little bit better on like the timeline, but like not thousands of years. How old are you? Sorry, is that rude? I like don't get to interact with that many like just like natural born elves, so this is like kind of a learning experience for me. I'm trying to like brush up. Should I ever meet my dad? Whatever, it's fine.
Elf men, what can I say?
It's fine. It's like whatever. It doesn't like bother me or anything. It's like it's fine. I'm not choked up. What? Spit. Yeah. So like immortality, basically. Like it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'm 271 years old.
Wow, you look fantastic. For what's worth. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to say peaking, but
But like you always look great as an elf. So like when are you not peaking, right?
the secret about looking great
Yeah.
is making the clothes you wear make you look even better.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. Did you make your outfit? Because it's stunning. Like truly. Yeah.
Of course, she flourishes her arms up, giving, a shimmer of like you see like these, they're not sequins, but they're like magical sequins where every like shift in her movement kind of pops off like a different blue, green, white
Oh
pop,
yeah.
and it's almost like her clothing is alive.
That's so cool. Like so I've been trying to work on this like branding thing, and like Agnes is I would say stone cold, but like more metal cold. Uh, and it feels like if we just like kind of did like a little bit of brand, like something like that, right? Where it like kind of catches your eye. Now, of course, obviously, when you're on a mission, like it makes it way more difficult to be stealthy. So you'd have to like have like a different get up for that kind of a thing. But like when we're like engaging with people around and like talking with people that we want us to want to pay us money to like go be awesome for them and like save their little gnome village and stuff like that. It'd be cool to like be like visually memorable as well as like personally memorable. Obviously as a Warforged, like Agnes just like stands out like a sore thumb, but that's like actually pretty amazing for us because people just like notice. They're like, oh my god, what do you guys do? Like, never seen a Warforged before. That's really cool. And I'm like, oh, we just like casually save. It's not a big deal.
I think Agnes is the most real person here. Ella like states very like definitively as you're going on and like kind of like being a little backhanded about like your friend here, like does not need her own PR team. Like Agnes is Agnes,
So
and
like I
Ella
get
is not
that,
going to put up with that.
but it's like she's like hard to work with.
Aren't we
Because
all?
no, actually, I think I'm pretty easy to work with. I'm like pretty amenable. Actually, I'll like pretty much do anything that anyone would suggest because like I'm a notorious people pleaser. I cannot help myself. Like I've dropped our rates like 50% one time just because like this little kid was like, oh my gosh, you saved my mom, that's so cool, but we don't have the money to help. And I was like, oh my gosh, little boy,
You
I
need to
don't
know your
pay us.
value.
You're right.
Otherwise, you're never going to realize the mountain peak you are already standing on.
Is that Mountain Peak Agnes? Because I know, like, look, I complain a lot, but like, she's pretty awesome. They're pretty awesome.
I don't know, but
What to
that's
say?
where I met. That's where I met Marcus on the Twin
Oh,
Peaks,
tell us
and
about
he
that.
knows his worth.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like world,
Ella,
not
take
even
it
world famous,
easy.
playing famous.
Say that again.
So not even world famous, like playing famous. Like Astral Plan, like people know him. Like those mounts are ridiculously cool.
Ella kind of gives you a glare, being the multiplanar superstar that you have like followed since you
Bitch.
were like 10. And just like looks over at Marcus, and she like looks back at you. Marcus is one of the biggest fish in a tiny little pond that is the Feywilds. And you know that like the Feywilds is this huge expansive plain that like goes on for almost ever, it seems like. So for Ella, you're like almost idle to say that. Makes you like really take a step back, like,
Oh, she's the
hopefully.
fucking worst. I hate this bitch. Oh my God.
I love
Terrible.
Ella. I don't know her, but I love her.
Just like casually shitting on this guy's reputation like that? Not cool, dude. Not cool.
No, she's like saying that he is like one of the most famous people in the entire Feywilds.
She's calling it a little pond? I don't know. I don't know.
Are you saying that out loud?
No.
No,
Okay.
that was a Ben comment. I
That
could
was very
tell.
much a me comment. Yeah.
Oh,
Out of character, those. Yeah.
Well, like to put it in perspective, for Ella's character, she truly is like a whale shark in the sea. Like she's a big fish in the ocean, meaning multi-plane, like almost all the planes, we'll say. Superstar.
Not quite all the planes.
Not well. I mean, there's a lot of abyssal planes that she does not go to. Like
Probably a good idea to avoid
that
them,
part
yeah.
of the tour canceled.
Just constant COVID-19 in those planes.
So meanwhile, have I found anything else interesting outside of this study with a scimitar and this piano lounge with an enchantment staff?
How about you roll me two D100s?
2D1. Oh, okay, I can do this thing. Hold on. So it's a 41
Okay.
and a 74.
And a 74. Okay.
Yes.
So at this point, cutting back to you again, viewers, I apologize. Running back and forth like this, I feel like I'm in the actual movie Clue.
I was gonna
where
say
we're,
it's
running
just
back
like
and
the movie
forth.
Clue, where he's just like, and then we go to the lounge.
We go to a conservatory full of flowers.
Okay.
And in that conservatory, you, with your detect magic, are able to see a small pouch that you kind of assess is almost a mini bag of holding. It can hold like 1/10 of what a bag of holding would be able to hold. But when you open up
That's
the
a
bag,
lot, right? Because a bag of holding can hold everything.
a bag of holding
Not
has
quite.
500 square feet.
Yeah.
So 10% of that would be like 50.
The math
Okay.
checks out.
So
But
sorry, when I
inside-
open it.
Yeah, when you open it, it is filled almost to the brim with these seeds. and there's a little scrawling mark on the bag itself where you can actually make it out in common. It says ambrosia seed,
Oh.
and it's a
And I
bag
would
of.
I
Oh,
would
sorry.
know what ambrosia does, right? Or would I?
Would you? You're level 8.
I feel like I can make a check if you'd like me to. I don't want to like backseat DM, but I feel like I would.
Yeah. What's your like?
I have a +5 to nature. I feel like
Yeah, if you have a +5 to nature,
yeah.
you've definitely come across it. You're proficient with that, so that is something you have a working knowledge of.
Yep.
And the ambrosia seed is just like a bag of golden seed that any animal can't resist eating if thrown. If they're smart, they'll realize you have the bag when the seed runs out.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
You also
Thank
know that if you wanted, like, the seeds are inedible in and will poison you. The reason they work is because they take 100 years to grow into the fruit of the gods.
I think what I'm
Someone,
I
oh, sorry.
think what I would do, you might get so mad at me for this, and I apologize, but I think I might find somewhere to dump the seeds.
Okay.
As many as I can without it being like obvious. And I might take anything that feels dangerous and put it into the bag. So I would probably go back and get the staff
Yeah,
and
that's totally fine. You
potentially the
take
scimitar. Because I think
where
I would just want to like collect anything that I felt like could hurt us. Like that's what I
where
would do in character. I'm so
no,
sorry.
that's no. I want you to make these decisions. This is beautiful.
Okay.
So in this conservatory where there are a ton of plants,
Are there
where
other
are you putting the
seeds?
seed?
I was gonna say, are there other like pouches of seeds that I could sort of sprinkle them into and try to just like disperse them across a variety
There
of different
are
things?
no other, like, everything else is growing. There are no
Are
other
there
seeds. Like,
any
everything is.
cabinets or like
There's a
pots or
couple
just
cabinets. Yeah, there's a
like
couple
kind of any
cabinets.
sort of storage space that I can find? I don't think I'm going to be very discerning. I just don't want it to be obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna dump out like 50 square feet of seeds.
I don't
So
necessarily. So the thing is, I don't necessarily need to dump all of it. I just need to dump enough that I could put other things in. So if it's like half of it, if it's a quarter of it, like that's fine.
all right, you start dumping. You tell me when you stop. Like,
I stop when it's not able to
This
be
is
hidden
this
anymore.
is like legitimately like a small pickup truck's worth of seeds.
Well,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
I would like to make enough space that I can put like potentially the other two magical items I found, which will not be all of the seeds out of it. I just want to like use it as much storage space as I can without just like dumping it on the floor and being like, whatever, this is like obvious that I've done this.
is it 500 cubic feet or 500 square feet?
It'd be cubic.
If it's cubic, it's a much smaller space than I was envisioning.
Yeah.
Because it would still be
It's like
50
a
cubic
pallet.
feet.
Yeah, 50 cubic feet is like approximately a pallet, I think.
Yeah, that's like the trunk of your car. Like, what can you put in the trunk of your
Cool.
car?
I can put those magic items in the trunk of my car. So
You definitely can.
cool. So I would like to find every like drawer and like functional cabinet, anything like that that I can, where if someone were to walk into this room, they would not be like, "Oh, someone has just dumped seeds out all over the floor here." I probably would like to keep some, honestly, just to be able to like have some. But what I'm essentially trying to do is get rid of any dangers to myself or to Ren in the vicinity of this space.
You do it.
Yeah, I do.
That's a very mundane task of emptying a bag. There's nothing you need to roll for
You don't need
that.
to roll to see if I
There
empty the
are,
bag properly.
yeah, there's plenty of spaces. Like, there's a couple cabinets, like we said. You could put a seed behind some of the planters if you wanted. You could.
Okay.
There's places to hide it.
Then
So you are able to skim off the top, and I will assume you went back to the piano
Yes.
lounge and grabbed the staff.
Yes.
Did you also go to the?
I think I would leave the scimitar because it does not feel like Katie would like to take the scimitar, but I think that Agnes does not deem the scimitar to be dangerous, so I think she would leave that. But she's going to keep looking around for other things that might feel dangerous in the vicinity and collect those.
Okay. In this time that has gone by while Ren was, doing his thing, you also made it to the library.
And what was there?
In the library, that was the 74 you said?
Yes.
I have no idea what was in there. Let me read. Um,
If it was dangerous, it's mine now.
it was.
Oh, good.
You found an unstoppable rod.
Okay. I mean, is that dangerous?
When thrown, nothing stops the movement of this rod, including gravity.
Great, it's mine now.
Eventually, it will fly into space, regardless of its trajectory.
Cool. Yep. Nope. Going in the bag.
It was precariously balanced on several books, almost as if Wally had set up some sort of little stage, or it's unknown. There are a couple quills that are dotted on one of the tables as well.
Okay.
You can't really be sure what Wally was trying to get up to with this movable rod. Or unstoppable rod. Sorry, it's a different magic item.
No, I mean, I think that I'm not being malicious with this, right? Like I want to eliminate anything that could be harmful to Ren or myself. And this is not like I will honestly I'll give all of these back when we leave.
Yeah.
I am just being incredibly careful because I do not want either one of us to be harmed. So I think I will also take that.
Totally understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have you roll one more D100.
D100 again? Okay. Cool, let's see. 16.
16, such a low number.
Yeah, well, I roll low, what can I say?
What?
All right.
I don't know what to do with that information.
You end up in the kitchen. You were actually incorrect. The kitchen was one of the corner rooms,
Okay.
and it turns out that Wally was in the room that you thought was the kitchen. It's the Wally and Ren and company are in the dining room opposite of the atrium. Folks watching, if you can just envision a clue board. I did my best to try to put a clue board up, but was having some unprofessional technical difficulties, unfortunately, so I couldn't throw it up there. But Google yourself a clue board if you want to follow along. It's exactly
that.
It's like exactly. I made my own in Roll20, and that's what I'm looking at.
So what's up in the kitchen?
You have found there is a really creepy doll.
A haunted doll! Yay!
You open the icebox and are startled.
In the icebox? Okay, this is fine.
No.
Everything is fine.
I don't want it.
There is a doll that is giving off necromantic vibes.
So I deem it as being dangerous, correct?
Yeah.
In the bag. I don't know what it does, but it could hurt us, and I'm gonna hold on to it.
I hate it. Zeki, I missed which room the unstoppable rod was in. Which one was that?
It was
My
in
bag.
the library.
The library is where it's on? Okay.
It's now in her bag, though.
Now in the bag,
It's in my
but
bag.
was in the library. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, if I have finished my casing, which I don't know if I have, I would probably go back and just be in the room with everybody else.
Cool. You mosey on in as dessert is being served, and I'm gonna need either. Well, your detect magic is just starting to wear off, so roll
Do I
me
have
a.
quick question? Do we know
Yeah.
where we're sleeping yet?
Uh, we
That had not
No?
been discussed.
that
No.
has not been discussed,
Okay, great.
but you do know there is a hole upstairs. So
I'm just wondering, can I fit the bag into my satchel or do I need to go hide it somewhere before I come in? Because I
oh,
don't
it's a
want to.
small little
Okay,
pouch. Yeah.
great. Then I'm going to put it in my bag so that I'm not dealing with like, why do you have that kind of stuff.
Imagine like a deck of cards.
Cool. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Something about that this
All right.
size.
Then I put it, oh, the weave. I put it into my bag and I return into the dining room.
Okay, and you walk in just as Ren is talking
Shit about me?
to. No, he's not talking shit. He's talking to Unari about.
So, like, tell me about this like latest adventure, because it seems like there's a lot of different things that can be lost by a lot of different people all the time. So, like, or maybe do you have like a favorite adventure, like, or like a most rewarding? I don't mean like in terms of like pecuniary value, but I do mean more like emotionally, right? Like, adventuring,
I think
dangerous job,
a
right?
small part of me regrets coming back, but I will stick with it.
Roll me another D100 as I contemplate what Unari's most exciting adventure was.
Okay. We're looking at a 92.
A 92. That
Ain't
has
gonna
to be
lie.
something good, right?
You'd think so.
Hate the haunted doll. Not here for that. Really not here for that.
So as Unari begins to talk to Ren about the time they went to Abazo. You've heard of Abazo, right? It's like the hottest place to go right now.
The hottest club is Ibaza.
Spicy.
But they end up in Abazo and get dosed with hallucinogenic fish spike, like dorsal spikes,
Yeah,
by accident. They were having a fish fight.
as one
It's
does.
a
Casually.
ceremonial fight where you take a fish and slap your the person opposite you, and you are assigned a random seat at these parties. And unfortunately, this fish had not been despiked yet. And Unari discusses how she had to try to keep a straight face while seeing some of the most interesting things you could imagine. And she goes on and drolls. But
That I
Agnes, what's
found
important to
with my
you,
92.
yeah, but what's important to you, Agnes, is uh, in the corner of this dining room, there's like a little uh, chest that on the top of it you see several vials that all have like identical stoppers. They all look identical, and it's like a golden liquid in each of these vials.
Does it seem dangerous?
There are approximately 8.
It's a lot of vials.
There are 8 vials, and you quickly scan the room, and there are 8 of you.
I don't love that. I think that I will probably, seeing this, walk over to Wally and go,
Yo, what's up, Agnes? What's going on?
why are there 8 vials? There are 8 of us. What are you doing?
It's Agnes, can you keep this like a secret?
It depends what the secret is.
Upstairs, I have this big surprise to show everybody. It's kind of the real reason I invited you all here. But we're going to take those drinks first and then head straight there. And he says it with like a chuckle.
I cannot drink.
Oh, well, then all right, I'll level with you. They're phasing potions, and after dessert that we're finishing up right here, we're all gonna phase upstairs, and I'm gonna show you all something really cool that I've been working on.
Can I insight him and sort of like, can I? Is this true?
Yeah,
Is what he's saying
totally.
true?
You can do insight.
Okay,
Go for it.
that's pretty high. 24.
He is telling the truth from everything. Like, he's actually like, the more you listen to him talk, as much as you don't like it, the more you realize he is earnestly kind of peeved that you're like
That I'm
stealing
ruining
his
his
thunder.
surprise.
Yeah, that you're like ruining his surprise a little bit. Like, even though like you weren't going to be able to participate anyways, and no one else is hearing the conversation, he's still like a little peeved. Like, that is Wally.
Great, fantastic. So I will say, all right. Would you like me to meet you upstairs?
Yeah, like, as soon as you see me like handing the drinks out, just like head up the stairs, third door on the left. It'll be cool.
I can do this. And then I just
Cool,
sit back down. All done.
Thanks. So, Ren,
Shaw, dude. What's up, brother?
that Agnes, she is something, right?
It's like an acquired taste, but like, okay. Don't tell anyone this because it'd be super embarrassing for me. She's saved my life like 7 or 8 times. So like, as tough as she is to work with, because like, let me tell you, someone who just gives you feedback in a robotic voice, very difficult to take, right? Like, I can't tell. Are you like, is this like a sensitive like way that you're providing feedback, or are you just like shitting down my throat right now? Because like, I totally did not mean to set that one building on fire. And
Can I
I'm
hear
sorry
this?
that I
Yes.
yeah, 100%.
I turn and go, there is nothing behind my feedback. It is feedback.
Yeah, see, that sounds condescending though, dude. It just feels it's fine.
Do you guys need? Do two of you need to like work something out there?
There is nothing to work out.
I'm in therapy. It's fine.
I feel
Totally
nothing.
healthy. Totally healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it seems like we're all wrapping up with dessert here. Agnes, why don't you grab those sweet vials you picked out earlier and hand each one to the group here, if you could be so kind.
I think that I will do it because I do not distrust that what he is saying is untrue, but I don't think I love being treated like a servant. So I think that, like, if I can make it known through my robotic posture that this isn't something I want to be doing, I will do that. But otherwise, I will just comply.
Just start creaking really loudly.
Just like,
Yo, I totally hear what you're talking about with that whole oil thing.
Dude, I'm telling you.
but yeah, I'll hand them out, and then I think that I will immediately, like at face value, start walking upstairs to go to the third door on the left.
Okay. Everyone, if you could take off your stoppers, please. And Wally pops his.
Can I take Agnes's as well?
I
You
would
take double
not
shots?
recommend that. I would
Why
not
not?
recommend it.
Really?
Just trust me. It's like too much alcohol. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Down the hatch.
Did you take both of them?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wanted us to all do it together, but
Oh, that's what the second one's
and instantly, like as you're holding the second one, you phase out and everybody looks at Wally as he also downs his shot, and everyone kind of follows suit.
I'm upstairs. Third door on the
You
left.
are upstairs. You are face to face with Ren for a couple extra seconds.
I just go, hello.
What'd you find?
A lot.
Like good stuff, bad stuff? What's the deal?
I don't know.
And
All right.
boom, we are here, everybody.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was so cool. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's cool. You kind of stole my thunder, but whatever.
I feel like that was mostly stolen like a minute before, but it's fine, dude. It was still sick.
You know what's really cool about being super rich like me?
What?
Way more thunder. Check it out behind you as he like rolls his hands and points behind you. There is a large, long shape that is covered with a blanket or like a sheet.
Anything
It's the
magical? Anything magical coming off this large, long
No,
shape?
there is nothing magical about this thing.
No.
Great. Fantastic. I am bored. Immediately bored.
Oh, you can be bored, but you can't have like some basic empathy. That's fine.
How it work, baby.
Just a little bit.
Is there anything
Alright,
magical
everybody.
in this room outside of the
in
long,
this room?
large? Yeah.
No, this is just like it has like some shelves that have a bunch of books on them. You see some couches. This is like just like a spare room. Like this isn't
Okay.
even like a bedroom. Like no one. Wally is using this room just because he needed like the table space, and didn't want to take it downstairs where everybody else was going to see it immediately.
Fantastic. I am not going to pay attention to any of this. I will just be mostly keeping an eye out for anything going on outside of this covered thing that is of interest.
Okay.
But proceed with your beautiful unveiling of whatever unmagical thing is going to be under this.
So I thought to myself, with the people in this room, what could be better than the dream team for the A train? And he like lifts off the sheet, and it's like this steampunky locomotive engine. It's like a cross between like the locomotive from Back to the Future Part 3 and like the bullet train in Japan.
Cool.
Casually Google.
How'd those
So
look?
it makes its own tracks. It doesn't even need a preset track. This thing can go anywhere.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
He would have just like an air horn.
We just have an air horn.
And this is your opportunity to get on the A train.
Oh my god, is he looking for investors?
Oh
Is that
my
what's
god!
happening
I
right
really
now?
hope not. 'Cause we are seriously in debt, dude. Holy shit!
Sorry, that was out of character. Agnes has no idea what's happening. She is looking for danger, constantly sensing danger.
Okay.
Any danger?
No.
Yeah, hit yourself in the head
No
with it, it's probably
immediate danger.
Fantastic.
Obvious disappointment comes across the faces of everybody at this dinner party. They now realize why they were invited to this, like the two of you. And the whole vibe of the room just completely changed.
This is very interesting, dude.
Very interesting. This is fucking revolutionary, man.
So I mean, I just don't mean to be rude. I don't want to harsh your mellow, brother. But I want to ask like some like logistical questions. So like,
I'm so mellow. I'm like a marsh, man.
awesome. All right. Well, I don't want to harsh that.
Just like spit it out. Give me feedback. God, I know where you learned it from.
All right. Well, that's hurtful. Okay, I'm just trying to provide this in a sensitive manner, my dude.
I think that at this point, Agnes is sort of caught on to what's going on, and she goes, "Have you heard of the sky trains in Gloucester, or the sky trains in Gloomberry, or the sky trains in Londonderry, or the sky trains in Greater Derry, or the sky trains?" And she just like keeps listing off
Yeah,
like sky trains that exist in other places.
Yeah, Agnes, you've made the point. I was also going to ask, because like there's also things like tree stride and also like teleportation. So I guess like my question to you is like, yeah, so sky trains, but then also like magic. What's the advantage? Like, what's your like what makes you stand out from other ventures? What's your competitive edge, brother? That's what I'm trying to ask here.
I just told you there is no competitive edge.
Agnes, just let him answer it, okay?
God, I knew this was such a bad idea to invite you guys, all of you. Oh my,
We'll look around at
and
the other people. What's everybody else's reaction to that?
everyone's like scratching their heads. They
Okay.
are like, what? And Wally storms off. What did you end up ever doing with that extra potion?
I
Did you
still
take
have
it
it.
or hold it?
I still have it in my hand because I had phased out before I could do anything. So it's just still.
Yeah. So it's you and all of the guests in this room next to this like toy train that may or may not have like glued pieces like on like taped on the side of it. Like it's like you guys look at it, you're starting to look at it closer. And Wally definitely just was like working on this.
Oh look, the glue's still wet. Shit. Oops. Just put that back. So that was that's not what I expected. How the rest of you doing, guys?
Should
Ladies
we
and gents?
go to sleep?
Marcus
feels-
kind of pipes up. For all of the terrible plans and schemes and items and resorts and restaurants and cart washing facilities, this is like actually one of his better ones, I gotta say.
This is one of his better ones.
That is
Yeah, I kind of
very,
feel bad.
very, very sad.
Should we go look for him?
No,
Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea.
that feels like
He
extraneous
has
effort.
failings, so like maybe we attend to
But
that.
he
I feel like we could cheer him up. I just want to be clear with you guys right now. There's no way in hell I'm investing in this. But like, I
Oh
do feel
hell
bad.
no! He's not
Yeah.
getting a cent from me.
Yeah,
Why don't we all
terrible
just
idea.
go to bed?
Agnes,
That would be the
why do you
most
want everyone to go to
restful.
bed?
Agnes, why
kinda
don't
weird.
you can go to bed, dude. You can go like in standby mode or whatever. Yeah, that's
That
Are
is
you
the
trying
most
to?
restful option for all of us at this hour.
It's like what time is it? Like 8:39.
Yeah.
Agnes, it's like pretty early, my dude.
But then we can get up and get moving at an early time.
So can you like go through your database and like look up what like a party is? I feel like that'd be a valuable insight for you.
This has not felt like a party.
You're not wrong, but that's like what we're shooting for, I think. Yeah.
As you're discussing this, a couple of the people, specifically Unari, Winona, Elkis, Ella, pretty much everybody except for Marcus, who you were talking to, kind of leaves the room and does their own thing, and or is going to look for Wally. You didn't really stop to talk.
This
So
is
it
why
is
I
just the
said
two of you
we
and
should
Marcus.
go to sleep.
I want to do a quick um,
I
I
guess
just want to I want to bend
sorry.
over the train, and I want to cast. I don't like pretending to sort of tinker with. Not even pretend. I will tinker with it. I would like to cast detect thoughts. Um,
On who? Marcus?
So it's uh, so technically it's anyone that I can see within 30 feet. So it would be Marcus at this moment, but I do want to try and like I want to get a sense of like, so okay, this is like the one of his better ideas, like where people's heads at right now in terms of like, because he's kind of the only person who spoke up. I want to get a little bit of insight into how everyone else is doing this and see if like are other people planning on investing.
Well, isn't everyone else out of the room?
Yeah, at the moment, but it lasts
Okay.
for up to a minute, so I can just pop out and. So he would have to make a wisdom saving throw. My DC is 16.
Do I also have to do that since I'm with you?
I'm not targeting you.
Okay.
Who are you targeting Marcus specifically?
I am.
All right. That's a 9.
What's going through his head right now?
Marcus is genuinely kind of feeling bad about his kind of acquaintance, really.
Okay.
Friend Wally, who like just really tries too hard.
That is fair. All right, cool. Then I guess we should probably like pop out and follow everyone else and see if we can't comfort Wally. I don't know what Agnes what you're gonna do, but I want to do that real quick. And then I want to just like step out into the hall, and if I can just like quickly, if there's anyone still like within 30 feet as they're walking away, I'd like to just quickly just ping each of them.
What were you gonna say, Katie?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Resolve that now.
Alrighty. As you peek your head out, you catch a glimpse of Elkis and Winona. Unari is nowhere to be seen, and Ella is nowhere to be seen, and Wally is also nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Are you trying to read the two of them as quickly as you can? They're about
Yes,
to like
sir.
turn a corner.
Yep, most definitely.
All right. I will roll for them as well.
Cool.
I'll say I'll roll for them as a group. Group with a 15.
Yes.
That failed again.
Yes. Just by my the DC is 16.
Okay. Elkis thinks that all of this is bullshit. Man, I could have been racing tigers tonight on the just anywhere else. Damn it.
Racing tigers. I love it. Yeah, the classic Feywild activity.
Yeah. And Winona is, I busted out a brand new dress for this. I could have saved this for the next season's collection.
Okay.
So they are not super thrilled.
Okay. Cool. If I like run to like catch up with them, is anyone ahead of them? Like they're turning a corner. Is it
nothing
no?
that you can see. As you take your first couple steps, though, all of the lights in the mansion go out very briefly and suddenly, and in the darkness you hear a bang.
Since I have already kind of done a casing of the area, I mean, I know I can tell like directionally where the bang came from, but would I be able to suss out like process of elimination what room that might have come from?
Yeah, you can tell that the bang came from the dining room based on how muffled it was from where you are upstairs.
Okay.
And you also hear a scream, very feminine scream.
Okay.
And within like 5 seconds, the lights turn back on.
I will probably turn to Ren and go, we have to go to the dining room now, and just start walking.
I'm gonna pop the other phase potion and see if it works in reverse. Or is it just put me back in the room? I'm gonna take the other phasing potion, just chug it real quick and pop downstairs.
And like a second or two, you end up back in the room where the train is.
I'm walking downstairs to the dining room.
Bullshit. All right, fine. I'll take the stars. Gosh. I'll run down.
Hey, Ren, take it easy. Let's go down together. Let's look for others. I heard a noise and
Yeah, that's
like
what
a
I was.
scream.
Yeah.
Maybe let's check. Maybe Unari fell or something. Maybe it was Winona.
Yes,
Somebody
all the
fell.
lights went out and someone fell. That's what happened. Sorry, that was out of character.
It's very easy to trip. Lights go out. Anyone can fall. Yeah, totally. Let's do it, Marcus. Very calm and level-headed of you. Yeah.
I've already kind of like made my way down. So
Yeah.
what do I see when I get down there while they're still yelling upstairs?
As you make it down there, you see that Unari, Ella, Winona, and Elkis are all in the atrium
Okay.
in the center glassy area. And you see them crowded around one of the doorways that would kind of lead over towards the dining room and or the kitchen. They're like opposite of each other.
I mean, I'm gonna go to where they are crowded around.
Okay. And like maybe 10 steps behind you comes Ren and Marcus. You make it up to the little semicircle that is crowded around here, and you are shocked to see Wally dead on the ground. Multiple stab wounds on his body.
Okay.
It's like very visible. He's like splayed out on his back. There's like a stab
I'm
through his like chest, through his like stomach and abdomen area. It's
I am
and a
going
pool of blood.
to kneel down next to him and start to inspect him for any kind of clue, anything that could give me some sort of information about like what killed him, where they went, if it was a person, if it was something else. Like I'm just gonna like look for clues.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop another detect thoughts.
Okay.
Well, that's a 19 plus 8, so I think I'm doing all right.
It's the stab wounds that killed him, isn't it?
Stab.
It wasn't the fall. It was the stab wounds.
It was the stab wounds,
Yeah,
and
classic.
based on the very particular
This is doing me good
way
today.
that you perceive images, you are able to assess that a sword or sword-like blade in thickness, approximately like 1 to 2 inches wide,
Could it have been the
made this
fucking
cut.
scimitar that I left up that was the protective scimitar?
It could have been.
Okay.
But looking around quickly, you notice that there was also a like not a butcher's knife, but like a
kitchen knife.
a 10-inch kitchen knife.
Did which one matched the wounds better?
It could be either.
Okay.
Judging with he's only a little halfling.
But nothing magical seems at play here, correct? It feels like it was like a like some sort of like object impaling him, and
yeah.
Okay.
You're not getting any magical residue.
Okay.
This was a sharp object going into a soft object.
Stab the corpse a few times with the knife just to be sure.
Twice. Just twice.
I just want to compare the wounds. See what they look like.
He's dead though, right? This isn't like a but I'm still here situation, correct?
No, he does not like pick up his head. It's like, the real trick.
Okay, cool.
Better safe than sorry, right? Make sure it's a fucking corpse.
Yeah.
And I want to cast Detect Thoughts again.
Okay.
Everybody.
On everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I fail this intentionally, and all I'm thinking is, this is odd.
I am specifically not targeting Agnes.
All right, so let
The
me
only
go in
person
order
who, for
here.
better or worse, I actually trust.
Aw, thank you.
You're a
What do I have
robot.
to roll against this again?
A wisdom save. DC 16.
Okay. Ella rolled a 20, dirty.
Fuck.
Marcus, are you targeting Marcus?
Yeah, as he's looking at the bottom, you never know.
With a 14, you read him saying to himself, "Man, not even one of my eagles could have done something like that."
Yeesh.
And then Unari with a 21, natural 20.
Ooh.
Winona with a 13. She's thinking, fuck, I better not get any of this blood on this.
That checks out. Yep.
Can I... Sorry, did you resolve that? I don't want to interrupt.
No,
There's one more
I
people.
was just gonna say Elkis rolled a 7, and you get a definite feeling of anger.
I'm... Oh, okay.
Fuck, how's he gonna pay me back now?
I am...
So
Oh, sorry. Nope. You do yours. Because I'm about to fuck shit up so hard, so please do yours.
Oh, it's an attack roll. Never mind. I was gonna say I wanted to use lucky to try and get those saving throws re-rolled and see if I couldn't get some more information out of them, but it's fine.
I think that at this point, there has been enough weird stuff going on that just to be entirely safe, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at a 4th level. Just to the room at large.
To the room at large, huh?
Yeah. I think that Agnes is just going to sort of like sit with herself for a moment and be like, something is so incredibly not right, and I feel very unsafe, and I want to know what it is that I'm dealing with.
The ones in the zeros aren't adding up.
The ones in the zeros are not adding up. And she is just going to release this wave of energy out of herself.
Mm-hmm.
And at a 4th level, dispel anything within 120 feet.
Okay. Instantly.
Oh, no. I might have fucked up.
Ella transforms.
She was so nice, though.
And before you is a bald-headed, winged, ripped Palantar. It's like an angel, basically. Looks like an angel, like a bald angel.
Fucking strong ass angel.
Wait, but Ella's the only one that transforms?
I'm not done yet.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
It's all good. All of a sudden,
I may have made a mistake. I'm just gonna let this be known.
At the same time that this is happening,
I just want to know what you're working with. I'm sorry.
Unari disappears completely. And those are the only people that transform.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Does what Ella transformed into seem passive or seem dangerous?
Seems passive.
I will just turn to that creature and go, I am confused.
I'm also pretty confused. You're not Ella, dude.
I am Ella. I honestly was hoping you'd be feeling a little bit sorry for blowing my cover.
Dude, you're a Palantar. That's dope as hell. Are you kidding me?
Yes, and have you ever seen a Palantar?
I mean, you're pretty ripped.
That's not what I mean. We are a very secretive people,
Oh, yeah.
guardians for a lot of the planes. People are not supposed to know who we are. We act as the divine hands of the universe, doing what's right and what's good. You have ruined all of that.
I don't understand why you would want to be anything but yourself.
With that, Ella like cries. There's like a tear that rolls down like his face.
I think I
You
am
always were
sorry.
you were the realest one here, Agnes.
I think
But
Agnes just goes, I think that I am sorry, but I don't know what it is to be sorry.
shine on.
Shine on.
That's
As
like the tackiest thing a Palantar's ever said. Holy shit. Wow.
well, I
Fucking,
got it from
Al-
Elkus. I
I
don't
was
know.
considered Elkus write that for you? Because,
We were trying it out. It sounds a lot better when I'm Ella.
yeah,
But
you
I
definitely.
think I'm gonna go now.
You're just gonna leave a dead guy here? Aren't you like a guardian of the plan and shit? We could probably use. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If somebody's like running around stabbing folks, like I'm not good in like a stabby scrap, and you look like you could handle yourself. So it'd be nice if you like hung around a little bit, you know?
Well, I think your friend Agnes there has it covered. She is the realest one here after all. And not Agnes, you're Agnes. Ella goes to the foyer and like opens the door and like rips his own portal as he leaves. And like the portal closes behind him. Elkus like kind of like takes a few steps, like, wait!
Oh no.
God damn it.
And you said that
Unari, the halfling.
that Unari is not here anymore.
Yeah, like when you did that, cast that spell, she just disappeared.
Okay.
So like, if he did it, we just let a murderer get away.
Do I intuit that we just let a murderer get away? Can I do like I don't know. Like do I feel in my gut that the murderer is still here based on all the
You're made out
evidence
of
that I've
metal.
gathered?
If anything, you've got like a drum in there.
Do I feel in my drum that
The engine pistons of your heart rolling in time do not miss a pump. I don't know, like pistons pump, I guess. Like
interesting. Go on.
don't miss a beat, for lack of better metaphor here. In feeling that you like probably do feel the closest you've ever been to sorry about blowing up Ella's spot like that.
Okay. And I don't
Cool.
distrust Ella, right?
Not after that
Okay.
display.
All right.
The tier is what sold it for you.
All right. Ella did a good job. All right. Cool.
It was like that 1970s like environmental commercial that people know.
Oh God.
Yikes. I do know the one you're
But
speaking
like
of.
way more sincere. This was real.
Okay. All right.
It was not a little bit of mercury.
So it seems like everyone else is being like honest with their presentation, except for what's his face who disappeared. Unari.
Yeah, Unari just like straight up disappeared.
Cool. Well, this is distressing.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Can I just do a quick insight check on the group? Because I know detect thoughts didn't hold for some of the folks. I'd like to get just a quick vibe check. As you know, I'm proficient in vibe checks.
Vibe check proficiency, baby.
Can you please roll vibe check for me?
Vibe check. Right. Let's see. I've got like a +1,000,000 modifier to the vibe check rolls.
Not so sure.
That's let's see here. What do you want? Insight.
Yeah. Vibe check. Vibe check, please.
Vibe check.
Check your vibe at
That
the door, sir.
is an 18.
With an 18, you still get that really strong feeling from Elkis about not being able to get paid back for some money. And I never actually got to finish talking about what Agnes saw during this investigation process.
Oh, is there more?
Agnes kind of jumped the gun, but in Wally's hand is a note. Scrawled on the note is 70,000 P, which you could assume means platinum.
Who was it that was saying that that Wally owed the money?
Elkis.
Elkis. I think that I turned to Elkis and I go, "How much money did Wally owe you?"
I don't know. The guy owed me like 20,000 platinum.
That is interesting. Thank you for your information.
Yeah, he bought a bunch of tigers from Marcus with that money, and I should have just kept him so I could go racing, but it's fine.
Marcus, did he owe you money?
Not at all.
He paid outright?
For the tigers?
For everything.
I mean, I don't typically watch everything he does when he pays for things, but in terms of any money that he owed me, he always paid me in cash.
Thank you.
I wanted to do a quick. I wanted to get an insight check on Elkis' response to how much he was owed. I rolled a natural 20, so a cumulative 24.
Oh, I see. With a 24.
Yes.
You assess that he's being honest.
Okay.
He's owed about 20,000 platinum.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah, but doesn't account for
not
70,000 platinum.
Not 70,000.
And the dispel magic did nothing to Wally in any way.
No.
Okay. I think
he does look like a little bit uglier.
Just a little ugly.
Just a little. And I don't even mean that in like a mean way. I mean just like before he was like had this like and all of them. Like honestly, a lot of them look a little less plastic and superficial and more real.
I think what I would do, provided no one is like attempting to run, is I would go and I would close and lock every entrance to this room. And I would say to the group at large, we are not leaving until we know who did this.
You're not going to lock me in this room.
I have locked you in this room.
Who said that?
Elkis.
I think. Well, I mean, I have locked them in, so if they want to try to like get past me and leave, that's their prerogative. However, my intention is to keep everyone in here until we figure out what the fuck's going on.
And I think people of the stream, that is where we're going to stew on this until the next party.
That sounds like a good plan.
Oh my god!
Hey, he lives.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Is your computer working now?
Oh, it's about to die again. I can tell.
Okay, fantastic.
I have like 45 seconds.
Great. 10-10. So
Thank you so much to everyone who joined us. We had a wonderful time. I was watching this whole time while I tried to troubleshoot. So thank you so much to everyone who did join us for this full 3 hours. It's really amazing the amount of support that you guys have shown for an inaugural stream, especially one that had such drastic and horrible stream ending problems right up front.
And so much improv. Such a large amount of improv.
With that, I'm gonna go bartend at an improv theater.
On brand. We're doing great.
On brand. Thank you so much, Zeki, for stepping up and taking over on short notice.
Never a problem. I can't
Thanks,
wait
Zeki.
to play some Weave, but in the meantime, maybe the next time we all meet, we can wrap this up and solve this murder mystery.
Solve the murder, and then I'll buy a new computer. Entirely new computer with a big, beefy graphics boy.
Let's hope
Perfect.
that the improv crowd tips well.
They do.
Good. That's great.
It's great. No, it's fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll let everyone go ahead and outro themselves and their social handles and everything. I'm at the Trisket on Twitter and pretty much anywhere else that you might want to find me. Zeki?
I am at Zektown on Twitter. You can also find me DMing the Natural Ones at the Nat Ones Cast, and I also play a gunslinging tiefling paladin on the podcast Descent into the Void on the A Tale of D20s network. So you can find me in all these places and more, hopefully, as Unprofessional Ventures blossoms into 100-yard hurdle dash where we break every hurdle. What's up?
I sound like blossoms in this context. It feels weird.
I may still have like one shot context in my head of why.
Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at KMDemat, and I don't do anything else besides this stream. So you can follow me on Twitter and find me here, and that's about all I got.
And America's Fiance?
Oh boy. I was hoping that wasn't going to come up. Just Katie's fiance. I actually had to go look at it. I was like, I have no idea what my Twitter handle is. I'm at Ben_Mar_Moo because my last name's too dang long to put in a Twitter handle. That's also pretty much the only place you can find me. Alternatively, you could also look me up on Steam at Sohduz, SOHDUZ, or that's pretty much it, honestly. If you want to play video games at any point in time, please let me know. Shoot me a DM or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can occasionally find me on a street corner because, gotta make that money.
Anyway.
I didn't know there were things to climb on street corners, but
me
and
for money.
Don't tempt me, Ben. And soon we will have the Unprofessional Ventures social accounts all set up and running, and you'll be able to find everything there. I swear to God, if someone squats on that before I get to do it, I will be mad. So thank you so much for joining us and spending such a great time with us. We will figure out the technical issues and get the Weave stream rescheduled. We are so excited to play that game. I love that game with all of my heart. It is my personal pet project. And it was for a very long time something I spent a lot of time working on. And I, in fact, sold both. Well, I sold Ben and Katie and Zeki all their copies.
That's true.
So we hope to see you again next time. We will get other stuff scheduled, and we will be announcing things on Twitter as we do.
And we will finish Clue at some
And we will finish
point.
Clue. That'll be the next RPG stream that we do. You guys finishing Clue, and then we can go into Weave. And that gives me more time to
Prep.
slave over what computer I'm going to have to buy in order to support this. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.
Thanks,
out, everybody.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.